Hey, folks, welcome to Verified Investing here at InTheMoneyStocks.com. My name is Gareth Soloway, Chief Market Strategist here. First off, before we get into things, I'm going to talk about Tesla in just 1 second, but don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Gareth Soloway, and if you want, come to InTheMoneyStocks.com. Under my name, you'll see my 2 services. Verified Investing Alerts is for swing trading stocks, and Verified Options Alerts is for swing trading options. All right, folks, let's get into it right here and now. Tesla, I'm watching this very closely. You're starting to make a little bit of a bearish pattern. Notice the wedge pattern. You've broken to the downside. The only thing keeping this afloat is the 50 moving average. You can see we were below it. We came back above it. We opened lower, we closed on it. Now today we tagged it and are above it. So that's the last saving grace. And I know there's a lot of big bulls out there on Tesla. I am neither a bull nor a bear. What I do is I just try to make money whichever direction it is going. And right now it's slightly bearish on the charts. So just keep an eye on that. Basically what I'm saying here is based on this wedge pattern break, if you can break the 50 moving average, this has significant downside, potential downside target. First target's going to be around 330 on Tesla. All right, couple other stocks I'm following. Take a look at KBH. What a drop on this stock from the highs. This is going to be a buy for a swing trade coming up right here. Beautiful 200 moving average, just above $32 per share. Watch that level, folks. This is getting to be short-term overbought. This is just a swing trade, a quick bounce off of the 200 should it get there in the next few days. We did have good earnings today. HOG, H-O-G, look at this. We day traded this, made some money on the downside. Look at the levels it's into, folks. Just so many resistance pivot points right in this range. And again, we day traded this for a short. Shorting above 36. In fact, we were short. My average price was 36.76. You can see it's currently trading at just above 36 on the day. So nice pullback on that. Now, a couple other stocks I do want to cover here today. A couple that I like. Number one, there's a biotech, ICPT. This stock is very, very low here. Short-term oversold. If I zoom in, you can see, look at this little rounded bottom, potential bottoming tail right here. If this gets any sort of good news or momentum, it can quickly move back towards the $50 range. So on a risk-reward basis, I like it. I do have some support down in this range as well, so keep an eye on that one. In addition, stocks like Bed Bath Beyond, Best Buy, Target, they are coming back in. Here's Best Buy's chart. I think I touched on this yesterday, but watch this trend line here, folks. If this trend line breaks and this 50 moving average breaks, this has a lot of downside to go. And again, the whole idea here is not only is Microsoft's earnings after the bell today, but then on Thursday we have Apple, Amazon, Google, and Facebook. So big reports coming up on Thursday. Friday, we have the GDP report. Next week, the elections. The Federal Reserve is on Wednesday. And then Friday, we have the jobs report. So it is going to be wild, folks. It is going to be a wild next 2 straight weeks between earnings and all the other things that I mentioned. All right, couple other stocks that I'm keeping an eye on here. DKNG is a big one here. I actually picked up a little bit of this as a swing trade today off this major support line. I love this as a quick little bounce play, potentially back to $50. I think it could go. In the very minimum, I do think it gets back here to 45 or so. You got just above 45, the 50 moving average, and this former pivot. So look for a snapback off of that. Down the line, I do think it's going to go lower, though, so it's just a swing trade, meaning that that's a short-term bounce play for a few days to a week or two, and then you look to exit. All right, overall for the markets, let's go to the S&P chart real quick and touch base on this. Markets continue to stay in weak position. S&P is down fractionally today. Markets continue to watch for earnings here from Microsoft after the bell, as well as the rest of the big boys on Thursday. And really what you're looking at here is these levels. So yesterday we broke the 342 level, which I've highlighted for the last week as being the key support. That broke yesterday. We are now, notice how we kissed this gap fill right here. If that breaks, it's a stepping stone down to this pivot and then eventually here and then the 200 moving average. Do I think it's going to go there? I do think it's ultimately going to go lower, but I think you're going to get lots of bounces along the way, folks. And again, coming up to the elections, I mean, I don't think any of us really know how it's going to play out. I don't know if it's going to be contested. I don't know who's going to win. I don't know who's going to take the Senate, if the Republicans will hold it or the Democrats. So, I mean, there is just so many things up in the air here over the next week that I do think it's worth being careful. And also, the one thing I would say is that with that uncertainty, you're going to have big money sitting on the sidelines. So if you look at today's volume with 30 minutes to go in the trading day, we have only 41 million. That makes a lot of sense because big money's not going to commit in a major way to this market when you have this much uncertainty for the next 2 weeks. It's just that simple. So I do think, again, ultimately, we'll see a lot of chop, a little bit of downside as people kind of pair their exposure going into the elections next week. But I do think, again, volatility is the name of the game, and you should be ready for it. Now, with volatility comes awesome swing trading action. Yesterday, or every video, I talk about how many trades I've taken and how many profits or how many trades have closed out for the year. We are now at 176 closed out swing trades in verified investing alerts. 176, folks, and a net gain on that is 1,528.11%. Yesterday after hours, I closed out WWR. I highlighted this in a video just a few days ago. WWR, I closed it out yesterday after hours at 512. Today hit a high of 505. I alerted this at basically $4.10. So 25% move on this play. And this was just a classic retrace. I had a ton of key levels right down here. We got in it as memberships, as my members did, right around 412, and what a move here on this. And that was a beautiful thing, folks. Beautiful, beautiful thing. So we'll continue to monitor that and see how it plays out. But ultimately, I'm out of WWR on that pop, and I will look to get back in if it goes down more now. But this is a great market for swing trading, folks. If you're a swing trader, you need to be part of verified investing alerts or verified option alerts. Lots of money to be made. Have a great day, guys. Take care.